Hi gentlemen, thank you for having me here today. I'm here to talk to you about the importance of stretching. I understand you're getting ready to start your big football season, and it's very important that you properly stretch your body before each practice and each game. Julie Gilchrist, who is a doctor at menshealth.com, says that stretching not only increases flexibility, but that most injuries actually occur within the normal range. So while most people think you only are going to get hurt if your leg is hyperextended or your arm is pushed too far out of socket, that's not actually the case. Most injuries happen when you're just running or doing something natural. According to WebMD, there's a couple things that you need to do before you start stretching. You always need to drink plenty of water. Having your muscles hydrated is key, but you also should never stretch a muscle that's not been warmed up. So they suggest doing a light aerobic exercise, such as a light jog or a brisk walk. I would suggest running to the 50-yard line and back a couple times just to get your blood flowing and get your body warm. Before I go into this easy 5-minute exercise on how to stretch out all aspects of your body, I want to discuss some of the major benefits that athletes get when they stretch. Mark Perry, who is a popular personal trainer in New York City and also the creator of Built Lean, the workout series, says that when you stretch, you get increased movement and efficiency in your muscles. You also get a decreased risk of flexibility, increased blood supply and nutrients to your joints. You get increased coordination, reduced muscle tension, and you also increase your balance and your coordination. So before we start, let's just get a better understanding on what stretching is, and that is the process of elongating your muscles to increase their range of motion. The stretches I'm going to teach you today are static stretches, which are going to be sitting on the ground. That's one of the most beneficial kinds of stretches unless you've got an excellent range of motion, which most people don't. Static stretches are the way to go. In order to maximize your stretching, there's a couple things you need to remember as you do this routine. You need to hold each stretch for about 20 to 25 seconds. Then you need to release the stretch, let your muscles kind of work themselves out, and switch legs. But you also need to do each side of your body twice so each muscle gets stretched out the proper amount. You also should remember that you're going to feel some discomfort when you're stretching, but never push your body to the breaking point. You don't want to tear or strain a muscle. You just want to stretch to the point that you can feel that muscle pulling and loosening up. Also, do not bounce while you stretch. That's a big no-no. You want to breathe and relax while you stretch, and you want to lean into the motion that you're doing so those muscles elongate and ultimately get stretched out properly. The first stretch of my 7 stretch tactic is going to be the hamstring stretch. You're going to sit on the ground with your legs in a V motion. You're going to lean to the right side. You're going to grab the arch of your foot and try to put your nose to your knee. If this stretch is easy for you, you can make it more intense by flexing your muscles, flexing your leg, and trying to pull your toe towards you. You're going to hold it again for 20 to 25 seconds, release, do the left side, and then repeat both stretches again. The hamstring is very important because you use that a lot in football. It's one of the key muscles in your leg. You should feel it stretching on the back side of your leg, and you'll feel that when you run, when you're down in a stance to start a play, and it's also one of the easiest muscles to tear or to hurt. Next is going to be the butterfly or the groin stretch. You're going to take your legs and you're going to put your feet together with your knees facing outward. You're going to put your hands on the inside of your foot and you're going to use your elbows to push down. You need to remember to keep your back loose while you do this. You're not going to try to strain your back. It's more about stretching the groin muscle. Push those knees down for about 20 to 25 seconds. Release the legs, shake out the muscles a little bit, and do it again. If you want to make this stretch more intense, you can do that by pulling your feet closer into your body and then trying to put your nose between your feet. The third stretch that I'm going to talk about is going to be the lying hip stretch. You're going to roll on your back and you're going to put your knees in the air. You're going to take your left foot and put it in front of your right knee. Grab that right knee and pull it to your chest. You should feel it opening up your hips, but you should also feel it stretching your hamstrings as well. Hold for 20 to 25 seconds, release, and then switch, putting your right foot in front of your left knee and pulling that left knee in close. This is a really important one, especially for men, because studies show that men's hips are actually tighter than women's. So this is one that you definitely don't want to skip, and you want to take the proper amount of time to work out those hips so you can run and tackle like you need to out on the football field. Fourth is going to be the lying quad stretch. You're going to roll over to one side. So you'll roll over to your left side and you're going to put that right foot behind you. You're going to grab your foot and you're going to try to make it touch your back. This is important because you'll feel it stretching on the front side of your legs. And a lot of people just kind of throw their knee back and they don't actually do this stretch the right way. So you want to try to keep the form and make that foot touch your lower back. And you should feel a little discomfort, not too much, on the front of your leg. And if you want to make this more intense, try to put your foot farther up your back, almost making your back and your foot parallel. Fifth is going to be the calf stretch. This is important for football players because you all do a lot of running and the calf is very easily damaged. So you want to make sure that you spend a lot of time stretching out these calves. If this one you want to do more than twice, feel free to do that. You want to make sure these calves are worked out, especially before you go out there and you start running up and down the football field. You're going to get in a yoga pose for the calf stretch. It's going to be called the downward dog. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's a push-up position with your back end extended in the air just a little bit. You're going to take your right foot and you're going to cross it over behind your left foot and you're going to push that heel down into the ground. You should feel it pulling on the lower back side of your leg, right where that calf muscle is. You'll put both feet down on the ground and swap. You can do this one 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, whatever you need to make sure that your calf is stretched out the way that you need it to be. Now we're going to move to the arms in our stretching routine. So you're going to sit up straight across those legs and make sure to keep your back really straight. The first one is going to be the shoulder stretch. So you're going to take your right arm, you're going to pull it across your body, and you can take your left arm and use that elbow to push it in to your body and try to push it as far as you can to the opposite shoulder. If this stretch is easy for you and you're not feeling it in your shoulder muscle, then you can always move your left arm down more towards your wrist. That'll give you a little bit more motion to pull back, so you should feel it, more right here in this muscle of your shoulder. Hold it for 20 to 25 seconds, switch arms, and then repeat. And last but not least is our 7th stretch, and it's our tricep stretch. This one you're going to take your right arm, you're going to put it behind your head, and you're going to take your left arm and you're going to grab that elbow and you're going to pull it down and make sure to keep your arms between your shoulder blades. If this stretch is really easy for you, you can try to pull the elbow closer to the opposite shoulder, but keep that hand right in between the shoulder blades, so try to extend it as far as you can. You'll want to repeat this one both times, and the tricep stretch is important too, especially when you're making tackles and you're down on your stance. So if you want to do this more than 2 sets, that's fine as well. Once you've completed all of these stretches, your body should feel loose and you should feel your blood flowing and you should feel like you're ready to go out and take on that game, or even if it's just a practice, you should feel totally prepared for that as well. So as you're getting ready to start your season, I wish you the best of luck, and I want you to remember how important it is to stretch before you ever step foot on the field, and the key to winning is keeping yourself healthy. Good luck, and I wish you all the best.